In this video, we're going to discuss polynomials. This is a continuation of the monomial video earlier. So, a polynomial is a collection of monomials connected by addition. Now, it is important to remember when we're doing these that addition is the same thing as adding a negative. So if you have subtraction, you can change that to adding a negative. It's important to do this because otherwise we can get confused, and as we move things around, things will get mixed up. So let's start off with showing you the different types of polynomials. We're only going to focus on two. In this one, we're going to go 3x plus 2, and over here we're going to write x squared plus 3x plus 2. So each one of these has a monomial, or 2, or 3. So this has 3 monomials, this has 2. These are both polynomials. Poly, of course, means many. So we're going to be looking at different forms of that. And this one would be called a binomial. We have two terms, term 1 and term 2, and it's connected by that addition sign. This one is term 1, term 2, and term 3, and it's connected by addition signs. This would be a trinomial. Now, when we classify these, we're going to put them in something called standard form. Standard form makes them easier for us to understand. In standard form, looks kind of like this. Squared plus a plus x. So you have your variable of a in this one. You have the highest term in the front. You have the second highest term, and then an unrelated number. So let's do an example of this. Let's do a couple examples actually here. We're going to pull this up, and we're going to go poly. So basically what we're going to do is take a polynomial, we're going to write it in standard, and we're going to write the degree, and we're going to write the type. Now, before we get too far, I do want to point out that when you write in standard form, you're writing it with the exponents from greatest to least. So 2, 1, 0. So let's look at a polynomial and figure it out. We're going to go negative 2z, and we'll make it to the fourth. So if we write that in standard form, we only have one term, right? So that's just 2z to the fourth. Negative 2z to the fourth. The degree, well, what's 4 plus nothing? 4. So it's to the fourth degree. And the type, this is the same one we were working with in the last video. This is a monomial. Let's look at the next one we will do is 2 plus 3x squared minus x. So I see that subtraction sign, and the first thing I'm going to do is change that to addition and a negative. That's going to make it easier for me as I write it in standard form to keep all the things together. Got to keep our ducks in a row. So standard form, 3x squared. We have our highest variable first, plus negative x, our second highest variable, plus 2. When we look at this, it's important to notice that we need to take 2 plus 1 plus 0. So 2 plus 1 is 3. It's the third. And this would be a 1, 2, 3 term. So that is a trinomial. And one more example of these. We're going to go 4 to the t, and we'll go plus t to the fifth. We write our highest variable number first, t to the fifth, plus our second, 4t. Now you might be saying, oh, 4t seems to be bigger than t, but you have to remember this is t times t 5 times total. So our degree is 5 plus 1, because there's a 1t, because otherwise there wouldn't be t, there would just be 4. So this would be to the 6th degree, and this is a 1, 2 binomial. So that is how you look at polynomials. This will come into play as we get into our next unit. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff with this, so make sure you get this down. If you have any questions, let me know.